Firstly, I would want to congratulate you. And you are, I won't say an actor who surprises us, but impresses us. So, I mean, you're somebody who cannot be typecast in any genre. Is that a conscious decision from your end that you don't want to do the same thing? Because I heard you once say that being repetitive is the biggest sin an actor can commit.
Yeah, I don't go for impressing people. You know, I want to surprise myself, and I want to engage myself rather. You know, surprise is also a very superficial thing. You know, I want to engage myself. So to engage myself, whatever needs, I do that. Whatever is needed, I do that. And maybe because of that, you see that, you know, I surprise you, or I surprise the audience, I surprise myself. But I am basically looking for engagement. I want to engage myself. If I engage myself, you know, audience would be engaged. Maybe, you know, not on a massy level, but there would be something to explore for myself, and there would be something for the audience to wonder about. Absolutely. Or to think about.
Absolutely.
You know, that is what I'm after. You know, to have a connection in my life, and that is what I've been doing, and that is what my training has led me to. You know, to get engaged and see what comes.
And truly, I mean, you have taken risks, and also you are as mainstream as it can get. But earlier you were, I mean, initially slotted in the fringes of mainstream, that this is called art cinema, parallel cinema, and you've just made that connect. But now the lines have absolutely dissolved.
Yeah.
So what is it like being absolutely mainstream in comparison to that slot?
It's very interesting, it's very heartening, it's very exciting to see how audience taste is getting refined and refined. They are evolving, and they are looking forward, like they are looking up to us to give them better stories, you know, better told stories, you know, in a better way, where things are not spoon fed. When I started doing cinema, I was told by my directors, you know, on the loudspeakers, spoon feed, like Mahesh Bhatt used to tell me, spoon feed the audience their fun, don't act badly. And that was the need of the time, and he knew it. And he's an aware man, he's an evolved man, and that's why, you know, he knew the pulse of the audience. But today, when you do Piku, there are certain things which is not spoon fed. It's more, the art lies more in not revealing things, you know, and that is the change, that you don't need to, you have to ignite the audience imagination.
Absolutely.
Their thought, their you know, you have to engage them intelligently. So their intelligence is ignited, and they start thinking beyond what you're doing. And that is very exciting about Indian cinema in today's time. And that is what will lead Indian cinema to win the world audience. If this trend continues, and it will continue at least for 5 years, at least for 5 years, 5-7 years definitely, and that will bring in international audience to Indian, you know, for Indian stories and Indian storytellers.
And talking about international audience, you managing two simultaneous careers, Bollywood and Hollywood. Bollywood, I know people get offended, Indian cinema and Western cinema. But do you see a change, because no longer are Indians caricatured? Earlier they were chosen for their ethnicity, a 2-minute role, a blink and you miss appearance, but now roles are being written for them. And like your role, like, you know, like in Jurassic Park, could have been done by anybody of another ethnicity, but you did it. So do you think that perception is now changing? They're actually scouting for talent?
It's not about the perception, it's about the market. I've been saying this since Slumdog Millionaire days, that American industry is looking for different markets. there was Spanish actors and directors which coming into the in Hollywood industry, and they were becoming like a new thing. Then the Chinese came. Now it's the turn of Indians. Now there will be many Indians who will be working in Hollywood cinema, and I wish some director could break through and start telling Indian stories for the world audience.
Absolutely.
There are few directors who come and they look for the story, like Danny Boyle came and he gave us Slumdog Millionaire. Then Ang Lee came and gave us Life of Pi. But we need one director who is consistently telling Indian stories for the world. An Indian director, originated from India.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen very soon.
Because they say foreign directors, it's like the Coldplay song just came out and everybody's saying stereotypical view of India, cultural appropriation. Do you feel somewhere that mindset, the Westerners still have that mindset about India, or do we just overreact to things?
Even if we are living together, we have a mindset, people have a tendency to fall into sleep. If I'm living with you or you are living with me, we have a mindset to kind of box the other person into a perception, and that's our sleeping tendency. We are not aware all the time, and that is done. But there will be films, there will be people who will talk about real India. Who will talk about, there's no absolute thing like real India.
Yeah.
It's so diverse.
True.
But somebody will, connect to a chord which will vibrate, loudly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what do you make of it's like you are there in Hollywood, and then it's the ladies.
Yeah.
And it seems to be ending there. They look at Irrfan Khan and then they look for ladies. What about the rest?
It's beautiful. It's very nice. It's the representation of these times, where a lady, like Piku. The main draw of the film was Deepika.
Yeah.
There's a film star, yesterday's film star Amitabh Bachchan, who used to draw the crowd. He's there. I'm there, the new, talent, and whose audience is looking up to. But the main draw was Deepika.
True.
She was the hero of the film, and you can see the poster you can make out.
Absolutely.
And that's something. That's the strength of the story. That's where you can say that Indian audience is evolving, and they are looking for stories, not for stereotypes, not for formulas.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also in the West, like you have Priyanka and Deepika, and there is of course you there.
Yeah.
How come the Westerners there, Hollywood, their gaze is just towards our leading ladies? What about all the other actors? Do you think they're a little scared to go into that territory?
Because they know that they can cash into the uniqueness of Indian beauty. And Tabu had the chance in Namesake, and I think the times were not right. And I heard Meera Nair saying that she could just take over Hollywood, and that was the possibility, because they are not aware of Indian beauty, and we still carry that kind of we are not skinny, we are not, we are tending to become like stereotypical beauty, which is defined in these countries, but still we have something which is out of box, and that is defining them.
And talking about Inferno, how was it, and what was it like working with Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks, and there's so many people, the director, the actress, and Tom Hanks is a person who's beyond actor. Actor always carry a kind of insecurity about their image, about what they're doing, and how they will be perceived. I think Tom Hanks is beyond that. He's living life, and he's a grand man, and he has a grand kind of perception about everything, and I really enjoyed being with him and with Ron Howard and with
And he was just voted as Hollywood's topmost star, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I think so.